Hi guys, TA on Tether please. Don't go crazy. Okay, just 1 second. I just want to see what's happening on Bitcoin because obviously this is what everyone has been looking for. We are breaking all-time high, or not breaking it, but we are heading towards oh my god, Wesley's here. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay guys, we are looking at, okay, so all-time high is around, it's 65,000. We are going back down. We just have huge movement. Oh yeah, Wesley, we maybe should not do that. We just have to wait because right now the market can just continue up. You've seen what happened before. The market looks like the market will go short. Suddenly from nowhere, the market continues right up. So let's not just do that. Okay, so we are going down to the lower time frame. So I just, why would you short in a uptrend? Because it's Wesley. Wesley do that. That's what Wesley is doing. Okay, so we should look at, I just put up a video before I was doing this live because I saw that I did see the market actually been moving so fast. At that point I was just thinking that I should go on a live. So I already have the targets right now on since my video that I was doing. I have targets and I'm taking it from the wicks and the bodies that we're having around April. Yeah, so these are the last high that we're having. No problem, Wesley, it's okay. I enjoy it. But okay, so we are taking, I'm having 4 very important levels right now on Bitcoin, because if we are starting to see, hi Sylvian, because if we are starting to see the movement to the downside, just a quick pullback, and we can already see that we've been touching 63,960. And we have already been retesting that area. We're going down to the lower time frames and we see that we're having problems. So what I do right now is that I'm taking the high of where the market actually did retrace back from. So we're going back in time to see what area that is. It's very important, always going back in time. And we can see that that was the close of the 4 hour on the what is it? Bitcoin to the moon. That's the high of the 4 hour chart. Sorry, the 4 hour candle on 14th of April. But maybe it looks better on the daily, so we're going back to the daily instead, and that is just a wick. No, yeah. Okay, so we are right now at, yeah, that was it, yeah. What's up today? Breakout trade or wait for retest 60k? Well, you want the market to come back to 60k that far? Let's see, but we have to focus right now on what's happening on these levels. We're having different levels where the market can come back down to, and it's about 300. Yeah, it's the same distance between all of these. Okay, so we are heading right back down. We did have the high right here, and that is also a previous support that I was just looking at on the 4 hour chart. If we're going back in time, I think it was on the 14th of April. So the market comes back down to that area, and then we're coming back down. So we just have to wait and see how far the market actually will go down. Right now we're having huge movement to the downside. Oh my god, Wesley, don't buy the market right now, please don't do that. It's not a good idea for you to do that. So we can take a Fibonacci just in case from on the 1 hour chart from the lowest point to the highest point. And now we're also having Fibonacci levels right here on the charts. The market can come back down there, but we do have to break these levels first. A target where the market also can come back down to is this previous high that we did have around 63,500. And why is that important? And that is because we did actually break this level. We came back down, and then it was from this resistance we did have the momentum to the upside. So this is a very strong area where the market can come back down to, and then we see the continuation to the upside one more time. I called the short and didn't go in. I learned something from earlier stream. Well, that's good. No problem. Okay, so we're taking a new Fibonacci right now. It looks very messy, but it's okay. I know why I have these things on. Okay, so we're taking Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point right here. And we are right now retesting the 50 and the 61%. We just might break it. And if we're doing that, that is okay, because I mean, right now I'm not doing anything right now. I have to wait for the market to actually come back down a little bit more. And when the market comes down to whatever area the market is coming to, we have to wait and see how the market reacts to it. Because when you're having a strong movement to the downside like this, I went short and it's about to break even now. Where did you went short? I hope you got in a short around 64,000. Okay, so we're heading back down. We're looking at the 50 and the 61%. We're having huge movement to the downside right now. So we just have to wait and see where the target will be. I just want to see how it looks on Ethereum. And on Ethereum, we are right now, we did come back down to the Fibonacci level that I was talking about. I'm going to take these away because it's so messy when we're having these on the charts. And we're taking that one, the trend line, away. We can see right now that when we were talking about this before, we actually broke to the upside, and right now we are coming back down to Fibonacci level 3,800, and yeah, 3,800. And because Ethereum is much slower sometimes than, because we can see right now we're having huge movement on Bitcoin, and Ethereum just takes a little more time. So I want to see how if the market actually is gonna respect the 50%. We do have a huge bearish candlestick right now to the downside, but it looks like we're still respecting the 50%. And yeah, it just might come back down a little bit more. Looking at the higher time frames, take that one away so we can see what's actually happening. We do have this high right here that we're having trouble breaking, but it could definitely just spike up, retest the previous resistance, turning into support continuation. Okay, looking at Bitcoin one more time so we can see what's actually happening. Okay, we do respect some of the levels right here, but we still have huge movement to the downside. So we just have to wait a little bit more before the market comes back, before it slows down. Bitcoin just got rejected, it seems. Yeah, the market came up to the previous close of a 4-hour candle that we did have on 14th of April, I think. But we can just have a quick pullback right now on Bitcoin for it then to continue to the upside. So I definitely don't think the market will have a huge movement right now. It's just gonna come back down and then just might spike to the upside. So be very careful. Oh, hello everyone. Servias, hello, how are you? Brandon is here. Dope Go Crazy. Wesley is obviously here. Wrist time is here. You're the only one speaking on this chat. Sylvian is here. Hello. Okay, so we just have to wait and see right now. Wesley, don't do anything right now. God damn it. Very well, me too. Oh, Jose Yuan is here too. I'm so happy. Okay, what do I have to get a hello like that from Nat? Telling me how much in drawdown you always are, like Wesley. I'm in a long, in a short, again, I'll manage. Oh, hello, I'm Lindsay Lohan. Oh, really? Oh, you are? Will you be putting on leverage trades at these levels? I have to wait right now. I'm waiting for the market to find a great area where it pulls back to. I'm waiting right now. I don't want to do anything stupid. I always have my confirmations before I'm going into a trade. So that's what I'm waiting for. It doesn't matter how much the market is moving. I'm seriously waiting for my confirmations. Okay, we can go into Tether USD. How does that even? I don't know all the shorts. Nej. Tether. What the USDT? What are you talking about? What you want me to look at Tether USD? Or whatever. Okay, so where can I get Wesley? The last time I was here, I had 3,000 euros losses. Won that all back, so now I hope to make some money. Can you look at PBX? Yeah, of course. Of course, darling. PBX USDT. As long as you're having risk management, I mean, losing 3,000 euros, that's a lot of money. I hope you're gonna trade it back. As long as you know what you're doing, that's fine. Okay, we're having huge movement during the day to the upside on this pair too. We're taking the previous resistance is here. Oh no. Okay, so the market broke it, came back down, retested it. Even if we did have a huge bearish candlestick, it just closed above it, continuation to the upside. We can do this right now. So we're taking a Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point to see where the pullback can come back down to, using the Fibonacci level, and that's 15,342 and 14,960. If I see the market coming back down to these areas, as always retesting the previous resistance that we did have, breakout, retest, continuation. So that's what I see right now on PBX USDT. So we just also might have a small little pullback. So that's the target where I see the market can come back down to. If it's breaking this Fibonacci level right here, you can see market coming back down to 13,833 to see if it's going to hold the support. This is also a previous resistance around that area, and then you just might see the market continuing up one more time. Okay, so XRP, yes, of course I can look at XRP. starting with the daily to see what actually happens. I've been here before doing some analysis. Okay, we're starting over again. It's always better so you understand how I look at these pairs. Okay, so we did have the Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point. We have already been inside of the Fibonacci, so this is a very strong level. This is where the pullback came down to, and it also ended around the weekly Fibonacci that I was talking about. And something else that we can do, we can also look at the 2 hours just to find the highest point and the lowest point. So we're taking a new Fibonacci level from the lowest point to the highest point on the 2-day. I'm on the 2-day right now. We have already been here one time. We're taking these away because we don't want to mess up our brains. So what I do believe the market will do on XRP, I do believe we will continue back down to the lower time frames right here. Oh, not lower time, to the Fibonacci level at 1.0 and 1.01 or 1.03. And why is that? If you're looking at the 2 daily chart, you can see that we're having a huge wick to the downside looking like this. Usually, not always, but the market fills the wick right here. We can also see how it looks on the daily chart. Okay, so going down to the lower time frames, we are having a downtrend. So it looks like we can come back down here one more time because we have already touched the Fibonacci with this wick right here. And we have what we can see that we do have on the 1 hour chart, we do have this support. We still have maintaining lower highs right here. So you're having different trends on different time frames. Obviously, I was talking about that during the day too, because I had a live stream before during the day. So what you can wait for is to see if we are continuing making, because this is a strong support on the 1 hour chart. If we're gonna break it, comes back up, create a lower low, comes back up, create a lower high, continuation to these levels that I'm talking about on the higher time frames Fibonacci level. So that is one thing that can happen. But also something that can happen is that we can continue from this from 1.07. We could definitely continue to the upside, but to be very sure about what we are doing, I would want the market to break this previous lower high that we're having on the 1 hour chart to see if it's going to respect it or if it's going to break it. And that is around 1.09. So remember, you need to be patient. Try to use different rules that you're having before you are taking your decision on what to do. So don't take your trades based off what you think the market will do. Have levels, have your rules, and you see what the market is doing against those rules. And if it looks like the way you want it to look, then you're taking your trades. You always have to have a system to follow. And you repeat that over and over and over again. We need to meditate. I'm stuck on Fed point trade. I smell profit. No, that's nice retest. Okay. Market can also come up to the resistance, as always. Comes back down, and then you're seeing the retest. That's why you have to look at how the candlestick is what the candlestick is doing against these levels. So for example, if we're zooming in on XRP on the 1 hour chart, you can see that we came back down to the support. You did have an inverted hammer right here. Market continues up. A inverted hammer is a reversal pattern that you're having against a support or a resistance. Okay, so we're going to Bitcoin right now. Someone wanted me to show the levels that I'm using. Okay, so we're taking out on the 5 hour chart. Okay, it looks very messy right now, so I'm gonna take away some of them. I'm also gonna take away Fibonacci just for the sake. Okay, so the levels that I'm having to see where the market can come back down to is 63792. We have already been here. It's also 63660. And the previous resistance that we did have around 63,500. And why is that? Is because I have been going back in time on these on Bitcoin to see what happened before, and it's around in the middle of April. This was where this is the last all-time high that we did have, and then you saw the market continue down. So I'm using some of the bodies and some of the wicks because that's where the market retraced back from. And you can see that we have already been touching two of these levels that I was talking about. You had the first level right here at 63,900. You had the second touch right here on 63,800. Market continues up. But also what's telling us that these targets is very important is because if we're taking a Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point, you can see that this is the retracement. Market came back down to the Fibonacci on the 15 minutes. You can also take it from the higher 30 minutes, and it looks like that. Market came down, spiked through, continuation. But I do like it more right now when I'm having it on the 15 minutes chart. So sometimes you just have to look and see what you think looks best. And I do believe this is better for me. We can go down to the 5 minutes just to see what's happening. Can you see how perfect this is, guys? It's so good all the time. Same thing over and over and over again, guys. Look what happens. Market came back down to the Fibonacci level that I took on the 15 minutes. It also combined so good with the targets that I did have since before. I mean, this is not me. I'm just using previous levels. Market comes to certain levels, react to it, continuation, stays, breaks, retests. The same thing over and over and over again. All right, now we are in a market came back down, retested, break to the upside. So what can happen? Market can come back down to this level again. As long as you're having candlestick closing above the previous low that we're having, that's a confirmation for me that we will continue to the upside one more time, because right now it's too high. We're having too much movement to the upside. So hey, Sishan Zafar, how are you? So continuation to the upside. It's amazing what can happen. So amazing what you can do when you start to learn how these levels is working. Very good. And what also can happen is that we can have this high right here, even if it's on the 5 minutes chart. It's okay. Sometimes it looks very good. So on the 5 minutes chart, we did have the high. We did create a small lower low, a lower high, lower low, and right now we just might create a new lower high, or we will breaking this lower high, create a new higher low, continuation to the upside. Oh, no problem, Terry. I was almost going to the bed, and then I saw this and I was just like, gotta go. I did just put up a other video that I usually do, so I have 2 videos right now. So if you want to go back after this live to just, I'm gonna send it out so you can see the levels that I'm using. It's just like a video of like 9 minutes or something. That's why we love you. Well, I love you too. Bonus stream, yeah, it is. Is it good to buy now? Is it react? I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm no financial advisor, guys, so I will not tell you when to buy or when to sell. But I do believe we will. I mean, you're having the high right now, so no. Okay, no, I would not do that. I would wait for the market to come back down to these levels, as long as it's not breaking 63837. Retracing the market, yes, we are retracing right now. We are doing that, but we do have a bullish candlestick. So what we want to do is to see if the market's coming back down a little bit. Looking at this right now, guys, it's gonna be, you can say that you would do. Yeah, I know. So right now we're having the 5 minutes chart coming back down. Okay, so I'm gonna put an alert on okay, I'll just do it in the middle, and if the market comes to that area, we'll have a notification. So as I'm going to Ethereum, as you want me to. Okay, so we came back down. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, looking at Ethereum on the lower time frames, we did come back down to this, we did come back down to Fibonacci level. You had a fake out to the upside right here. So what can happen is that we will now break this previous resistance, come back down again. If we're having Wesley losing money on his Bitcoin short instead of longing and following the trend. Yeah, you do, Wesley. That's why we love you, because you're so honest with your losses. This is great. Okay, so we are on Ethereum. We are about to break this resistance at 38.28. Depending on how it looks, yeah. So I'm trying to have it as clean as possible, so we're not gonna confuse ourselves. Okay, let's see. Okay, no, I want to have my resistance a little bit further up. It makes much more sense. So I'm gonna wait for Ethereum right now. I'm still gonna have this Fibonacci level around 3,800 to see if the market comes back down to it and respected continuation to the upside. Or Bitcoin looking like we're having some troubles right now. Looking at the lower time frames, want to see how I want to see how the market is reacting to the Fibonacci level. So we just have to wait for a bit to see what's actually going to happen. Obviously 5 minutes is a very small time frame to look at, but on the 15 minute, sorry guys, it's very late in Sweden, we're starting to have an engulfing candle. And if we are closing with an engulfing candle, we are if we're closing like this, the next candle, we're going down to the 5 minutes to see if we are gonna retest the 50% of this candle right here. So I'm gonna take that one away. So I want to see how this in 4 minutes. Sleepy, haha, thank you. It's night here in Belgium. Yeah, it's late here too. It's very dark outside. Okay, this is why you're not shorting a pair that's having huge momentum to the upside. This is just a wick. Oh, you're in Dubai. That's nice. I had a couple of friends that were in Dubai for I think it was like 3 weeks ago, and they told me that they were like dying because it was so hot. Okay, I want to see how this candle is closing. So I want to see where the 50% of this candle is. So we just have to wait for a couple of minutes right now to see how it looks. And after that, I want to see if we are retesting the 50% of the candle that we're having on the 15 minutes. At that point, we are breaking everything down to the 5 minutes chart to see if that could be where the market reacts from. So just wait with me, guys. Just wait for this candle to close. That's everything that I'm asking you for. Everything. I just have to be able to put my Fibonacci or my 50% against the level that we're having. It's 3 minutes left right now on this candle, and want to see how it's closing. It's 7 minutes left on the 30 minutes candle. Now it's changing and it's getting cold gradually. It's actually snowing in Sweden, not where I'm living, but in another town. I will stay up all night if it's needed. Want to learn and listen. That's great, Davor. Actually, I had the time machine. I would have married way later. Worth more than money. Oh my god. That's not nice. Shit, okay. What might be the target to take profit in Bitcoin? Snowing? Well, yeah, it's snowing. Oh my god. Okay, movements to the upside. Huge movement to the upside. Huge. Send some snow here. I will appreciate that. Blah, blah, blah. Ha. Oh my god. I was waiting for the second touch at 63, but it didn't happen. Oh yeah, no it didn't. It just, but it's okay, guys. I mean, the market can come back down. No worries. That's what we are waiting for, the market to come back down. So it's 1 hour, it's 1 minute, almost 2 minutes left of this candle. I want to see how it moves. Married to TradingView, that's enough for me. I've been married to TradingView since 2018. I've been sitting at this computer for so many hours, but trust me, guys, it's worth it. In the end, it's so worth it. When you're loving something, you should totally do it, even if it's painful sometimes. But guys, you don't want to do anything else than doing the things that you're loving. And one day we just might all see each other. We used to have MSN, yeah. How many times did you get in a massive fight during TradingView marriage? Oh, many. How many times did you get in a massive fight during your TradingView marriage? A lot of times, guys. A lot of times. When I was younger, we're about to break all-time high. Hours and hours behind the computer and talking on everything. Yeah, it's true. Okay, 36 seconds left of this candlestick, guys. So we just have to wait and see what's happening. I would never, ever buy the market right now. We have to have the patience. I'm learning and playing to be like you full-time trading crypto do like remind of that when you said that, not okay. Look, okay, so it's 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The close of the 15 minutes candle is around 62,216. So I want to see if we are coming back down to 64,034.5. And that is the 50% of this candlestick that we're having. So what can happen is that the market is coming back down to that area retest, continuation to the upside. Could happen, could not happen. We just have to wait and see. But I do not like how this candle did close. Okay, let's do it like this. We are taking a... Oh no, we don't can do it like this. We're taking a horizontal line to this area, and we're having an alert because if the market comes down, it will tell us, and during that time we can go and see what happens on... why don't you like it how it closed? Sometimes, Wesley... different candlestick is closed. Okay, so we're moving back down. So sometimes It's really hard to explain. I don't even know how to explain it, Wesley. Okay, so we're looking at, we do have the previous high. Why do I have it there? Okay, so this was the previous lower high that we did have. I told you guys, if we're breaking that retest, I just might see the continuation from that area too. So we're having 64,178 and I'm having 64,036. We just might see what happened. We can also go down to the 3 minutes chart, but we need more candlestick to the down. We need more candlestick like this. Or I try. I don't even know how. I seriously don't know how to explain why I did not like that candle. I don't know. Especially if you are starting to learn Swedish, I promise you I will tell you. But it's okay. There's no problem. I just don't think we're gonna come back down to the, because there's no wick on the upsides, probably right. Not selling pressure. No, yeah, it's I want to have, sometimes I want to have the wicks, but obviously looking at the 5 minutes charts, it doesn't look the same. We don't usually have these. It doesn't look the same on the higher time frames. Okay, you didn't teach us some Swedish bad words. No. Okay, guys. Okay, 30 minutes. 11 minutes left on this candle. Yeah, exactly. Something like that, Wesley. Exactly. I want the market to retrace. That's why. Because when you're having just a candle closing like that, usually it just continues up. But it did happen at this point. I mean, could come back down. Oh, you're talking. Yeah, exactly. Because we want the pullback. We don't want the market to continue to the upside, guys. I want the pullback. That's how you're finding your entries. Because if you're like Wesley, he starts to buy when the market is here. You have the pullback, and then he's like, Natalie, I'm in drawdown. And you're like, no, really? You are? We always want to pull back when the market is continuing up the way it does. You want the market to come back down. So when people are like going crazy because the market is just continuing up and they're happy, I'm like, why are you happy? You want the market to come back down. If you are in a trade, that's really good. But if you're looking for entries, you want the market to come back down. Wesley have earned enough earlier, so he's gambling now. Yeah. Bad Wesley. Yeah. Jag älskar din ström. What? Roy Ellie, what are you talking about? I love your ström? What's that? What did you translate from? Reiki Hollander. Safar. System my money lost. That's why we're laughing with Wesley, because he's so honest about all his drawdowns and what actually happens. Google Translate, lol. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, wanna see how? Oh, okay, having huge movement to the downside. Oh. Want the market to come back down to 64,036. I need to join the Telegram group. Where can I find address? Oh yeah, Wesley, please can you give Sishan and Zafar the link to the Bitcoin Census group? So everyone who's not a part of Bitcoin Census, we're having a huge community where we are talking about cryptocurrencies every single day. You also have our website right here that you can go into, and you can just, I mean, we have so many things on this website. You have Andy. Andy's one of our cryptocurrencies traders. He's really good at what he's doing. And you have news, you have guides, how to short Bitcoin, how to start, how to buy Bitcoin. Okay, we are heading down to the 50% right now. How can I join too? Wesley did signed, he just put the Natalie break Fibonacci level. Yeah, but we do have the Telegram group right now in the description below, and Wesley can also give it to you in the chat, the Telegram group. No, that's the Fibonacci level that I did, but it's a great one too. But Wesley, how much is it to join? It's for free, guys. It's for free. We'll check after live session. Yeah, sure. Sorry, just 1 second. Can you see, guys? Look at this candlestick. Free. Yeah, you have the Bitcoin census group. What did you drop? Oh, I dropped one of my how do you say it? Rings. Okay, I want to see if it's gonna close below or above it. 2 minutes left of the 5 minutes. There's your. Oh, okay. Okay, we're taking Fibonacci from low to the high too. You dropped the Bitcoin price? Yes, I totally did. Okay, so we are inside of the Fibonacci right now. We did break the lower high on the 5 minutes chart. This is why it's very good not using the 5 minutes chart a lot of times, because you can see you have very much of a volatility on the lower time frames, but sometimes it could be very good using it. Welcome, Jafar. But we are respecting the 50% so much. It's 1 minute and 26 seconds left of this candle, but we're having a huge candle right now. So what I would want to see if that we're coming back down a little bit more, creates a doji or a engulfing candle. We're seeing continuation from the Fibonacci levels that we're having. Looking at the 15 and 30 minutes chart. If the 30 minutes chart is closing like this on the 6 minutes, I definitely could see market continuing to the upside. I feel a live trade coming. Yeah. Isn't this exciting, guys? Doing it together. This is really good. What's a good period of chart to look for buying and sell points? It's so different, but what I do, I usually use the 15 minutes. Sometimes I'm going down to the 5 minutes. But for me, it's very good using. For me, it's really good using the 15. Depends on how it looks. Okay, Sisham, because you are still learning, I'm telling this to everyone. So try to use higher time frames. I always break down my charts from weekly to daily to 4 hour, and I can go between all of the different time frames, but I'm trying to find the ones looking very good. You're just trying to break down everything. You got that pullback. You going in, waiting for close? No, I'm not going in right now because I'm having I do have a strong bearish candlestick right now. Okay, Ethereum. I'm taking Fibonacci. I want to see how it looks on the higher time frames. Okay, so we can take the Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point. Taking these away because we don't want to be confused, so we're just focusing on one thing right now on the chart. Taking that one away also. Great and great analysis always. Thank you. Going to be exciting in a few days. Yeah, it is. My BTC versus so I can't wait. Oh yeah, it's nice, Paul. I'm very happy for you. This may be stupid, but I'm trading Ethereum. You're looking at T on Bitcoin as it almost just it is, or is it that dumb? I mean it's good using it, but they are moving kind of differently sometimes. So you could definitely look at Bitcoin and use it as a confirmation, but Ethereum is kind of slow, and as long as you're having the right numbers and just following what Ethereum is doing, you can definitely use Bitcoin as a confirmation. Okay, so want to see how it looks on the 3 minutes chart. Oops. Guys, come on, can you even see? I mean, the 50% was so good. It's beautiful. Something good for me that I'm using also when I'm having my entries is that I'm taking a buy limit or sell limit order. So when the market comes to these areas, because it happens so fast, market comes back down, activate my buy or sell limit order, and you're in the trade. Oh, medium. Hey, what level do you have? Well, let's see his candles. I have 3, 6, 3, 3. Good night, wrist. Have a good day. Sleep tight. Ethereum looks like market goes up on Bitcoin. I still believe if we are closing Bitcoin on the 15 minutes like this, we will come back down. So I do believe we will fill the wick. Because this could be the lower high that we're having. So I'm not gonna be okay, so it's 25 seconds left of this 15 minutes candle that we're having. We're going back down to the lower time frames. So I got two things that can happen right now. We are still using this Fibonacci level, or I'm still using the Fibonacci level, taking that one away. We can take that one away. So what can happen? This is something, it looks like we can break this previous high that we're having. Breakout continuation. But looking at the 15 minutes, looks like we can come back down again to the Fibonacci level. So that's something that I'm focusing on right now. But it doesn't mean it can happen. This is just what I see and just what I believe will happen. So please, you should learn how to trust yourself also. Okay, so very slow, very slow. Yeah, and the hour is 12 o'clock right now in Sweden. Do you live in Sweden or Spain like Andy? I live in Sweden, actually. Natalie, will you be with us until we see what will happen? Sorry again, Natalie. What should I learn? I assume Sorry, say again, Natalie. What should I learn? Start with trying to understand market structure and price action. That is something that I would recommend. Okay, waiting to see what can happen. I also want to have this high right here to see if it's gonna hold it or if it's gonna respect it. Looking at the 1 hour chart, 30 minutes. Breaking. Can come back down to 64,000. Huge movements right now, guys, huge movements. This is what I'm talking about. If we're looking at how the 15 minutes candle is looking. So sometimes it doesn't have to happen, but this is very important. We start to see that we are reacting to these highs that we're having, even if it's on the smaller time frames. We can come back down. We can come back down and feel this wick coming back down to 63,900, 64,000. And then you see the continuation. So that's something that I'm looking for. Going back down to the 3 minutes chart. Can you see we're just closing around the previous support, also a previous resistance, but we did close above it, so it can definitely continue up. Having trouble breaking it. I mean, I love that this is live, that you're actually being a part of what I see right now, and it's really amazing. Don't forget. Yes, please subscribe, guys, to my channel. I'm going live almost every single day, and I also have irregular videos that I put up every day, and you can just look at this right now, what we're talking about. This is why it's really important, guys, waiting for the market to do what you're thinking, trying to trust yourself. It will come with time, but it's definitely worth your time while trying to understand trading. It will sometimes you will get crazy, you will get lost, but believe me, it will happen. So please subscribe to my channel, guys. I love to do this. Would you get in the market moves like that? Would you get in if the market moves like that with not with a double bottom? I don't always have to have a double bottom, but usually that's what the market is creating. Just what I showed you before, Wesley. The market is giving you double bottoms all the time. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you so much. Hi, would it be wise to buy 8A right now? TA. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a while because I really want to see how the market is doing right now on Bitcoin, because we're having such movements. In this situation, either I would wait for the market to come back down to the Fibonacci, and that would be a double bottom. If we're looking at this low and this low right here, And so that would be the double bottom. If I'm going to if the market does not decide to come back down to that area, but on the 5 minutes chart is really hard sometimes because it's such a low time frames. But what I would do if the market did not come back to the Fibonacci, I would definitely want the market to break this high that we're having, because that's a lower high on the 15 minutes chart. Continuation. So that is something that I would do. But right now I want to see how the market reacts to these levels, because you can also see if the market continues up, this could be a double top. If the market comes to this previous resistance, doesn't have the power to break it, so it just might come back down a little bit more. Because you can see right now that we do have trouble breaking this high at 64,200, also 64,166. Where did you learn TA? YouTube or any other way? I mean, I was looking at a few things, and I had a guy before. He doesn't have courses anymore, but he taught me some things. But you know, I've just been taking informations from like everywhere, and I just was sitting and back testing everything. And sometimes, you know, certain things just come to you when you are looking at the chart. You just have new ideas, like, okay, so if this candle is looking like this, how does the market react to it? So you start to back test these levels. The moon is here, to the moon. So you're just trying to collect all of the information that you've been having through so many years, and you're just putting in everything to what you see the market. So I don't have like a specific, like, that person taught me that, or this one taught me that. It comes from so many hours just sitting in front of the computer yourself. This is the real call. Yeah, this is the real call. It's the moon. Carl, big fan since 2017. Yeah, Carl is great. Looks like he's not here anymore. Carl is here. Yeah, Carl is amazing. Okay, we're having trouble breaking this previous support. A lot of movements on this candle. We'll see if we are gonna close this candlestick below or above. 12 minutes left of this 5 minutes. Looking like no, and we did close below it. The moon did not get out of the channel. Carl is awesome. He is awesome. So what I'm waiting for is either the market to break this level at 64,200, comes back up, retest it, or I definitely would want the market to come back down to the Fibonacci level around 63,900, and then see the continuation to the upside. So that's something that I would want the market to do, because right now the market can just come up to the resistance one more time, and then you see the market coming back down again. Carl and Andy have helped me make a lot of money. Thank you. It's really good. I'm happy that you're getting help from the guys. Sim Carl went stop everything and watch. really good. It's really good trying to have a mentor that can help you. Okay, we're having trouble breaking 64,100. We're heading back down, seems like it. Remember, I was talking about this this wick right here that I want the I do believe market will fill the wick coming back down. But I advise you to learn with real money because of emotions. You're super right, Wesley. Well, Wesley, you're the one giving examples. You should trade with real money. Wesley don't have any money left to trade. He's now on a demo account. How much is good to start investment in? How much is it good to start invest? I mean, what you think you can have afford. Okay, looking at Ethereum. Ethereum is pumping. Yes, we are. We almost came back down to the Fibonacci level that I did have. Did touch the 50%. Looks so beautiful. Taking the, oh yeah, wasn't that I had almost touched it. Touched the 50%. That's 38.17. We're having huge movement to the upside, guys. Huge. So what I would see right now, because it doesn't look like we're coming back down, what I would want the market to do, come back down to this previous resistance continuation. You should invest every dollar you have, YOLO. I don't know if I would do that, but guys, you do whatever you want to do. Natalie, what was you before your trading career? One of the jobs that I did have, I was actually a flight attendant on Norwegian, if you know what that is. I say. Okay, we're breaking. So we did come back down to the 50% of the candle that I was talking about. Around 64,307. Very good. Market continued to the upside. Right now we are breaking the lower high that we're having. That means also that the market is breaking the small downtrend that we're having right here. Even if we're having it on the lower time frames, this is how it looks. So you're having the downtrend. You're having a downtrend. Market creates lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Markets breaking the downtrend at this previous lower high that we're having at 63,947. Starts to create higher high, higher low, higher high. So what I want to do right now, I would want the market to come back down again, but I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. I also want to see we are having bullish candlestick on every chart right now. So we did have the pullback right here. As long as we're trying to close above this area, I would want the market to come up a little bit more and then come back down, because otherwise it could be so easy that you're having a fake out. So it will look like this market, it seems like the market is going to break it, you have a huge candlestick to the downside. Elliott Wave analyst, all of them talks about correction down to 48.52k. What do you think? Was it 38? 48.52. It can come back down to 52,000. Yeah, it definitely could, because that is also the previous high that we did have. So market is moving, market use have its higher high, comes back down, retest the previous higher high, creates the new higher low at that area. So right now we are creating our higher high. So if we're starting to see movements to the downside, the market is just doing a pullback on the higher time frames. But if you're looking at the lower time frames, it's gonna seem like Bitcoin is going down forever. So that's why you have to be you have to understand that the market is doing pullbacks on every time frame. But when it starts to doing a pullback on a higher time frame, like the weekly or the daily, you're gonna have a downtrend for a couple of days or even weeks. Not maybe weeks, but a couple of days. So if we're having the downtrend right now, we create the higher high, even on the weekly. We're trying to break all-time high. We have to see how the market reacts to that level. Market might come back down, create a higher low, but on the lower time frames, as I told you, it's so many things that will happen in between. So from the market to come back down from 64,000, say for example, to 52,000, you'll have so many things happen right here until we come back down. So that's why, I mean, the market could come back down to 52,000, it could, but you have to focus right now on what's going on right now. If the market decides to do that, nothing we can do about it. We just have to follow price all the time. That's the most important thing that we're doing. And right now, taking these away because there's too many things on the charts, we can see that we did respect 64,200. So what's happening on the overall picture, I mean, could come back down, but we have to wait for that. Can't we talk to the market and ask how he feels? Can you look at Ethereum, please? Yes, of course. Looks like it's breaking the hourly range. Yes, we did break it. So what we can do right now, or what I can do right now, is to wait and see if the market comes back down to 3825, have its pullback. We can, if the market is now closing, when I'm taking a Fibonacci, we can do it like this. Okay, so even the Fibonacci we're taking on the 5 minutes chart, you can see that the Fibonacci is combined, or almost combined, with 3830 and 3822. So the market can definitely come back down to that area for a quick one, and then you see continuation to the upside. Does that feel okay, and Nicola Ellis? You have to wait for the market to come back down. Could you please share market closing time? And this market is what? GMT. I'm having what I'm having right now, the time zone. I'm using London session. UTC +1. London session. That's what I have. No problem, Nicola. So I right now, huge movement to the upside. Needs to chill a bit. So someone told me that they were looking at Bitcoin and using that when you're trading Ethereum. Can you see the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum right now? I mean, Ethereum goes up, Bitcoin goes down. I mean, you can use it, but they're moving. Even if we're having the same direction, the market is moving. It's very different. So if you are, let's see, market goes down on Bitcoin, Ethereum goes up. So you can definitely use it, but I would recommend you always have to analyze that specific pair that you're having. It doesn't matter if they're all going the same way. There will always be some adjustment, different things happening in every trade, in every pair. Look at this, guys. We're coming back down to Fibonacci level. Exciting, exciting. I still want the market to come back down to 64,040. And why is that? Because I'm having a Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point. You can also do it like this. So either to 64,042 or 64,000. So this could just be a quick pullback that we're having. It's 1 hour and 35. Oh, sorry guys, it's very late in Sweden. Minutes left of the 4-hour chart. Market can come back down even more. Love to buy more when market goes down. I sell 50% if I gain 100. Okay, so it looks like we're going back down a little bit more. We can look at Ethereum. Okay, whoa, okay. Ethereum's moving. Okay, market broke the resistance. Continuation to the upside. Looking at the 30 minutes, having huge. So right now, I would not do anything. Market has already made its move. Don't you feel bad for the people that bought at those high wicks? Are you talking to me? Really? Or are you talking with each other? Stepping on everything, say whatever. If you I love your sexy voice. Thank you. Going back down, guys, on Bitcoin. Okay, so now you can definitely see you're not using these two with each other, because one is going up, the other one is going down, guys. Yes, I always think like, dude, someone bought at that price. Wesley was that person. Oh, market is at its highest point. Let's buy. It's just a trade. It is. It is. As long as you're having a system to follow. Yeah, trust me, Sejan, you will understand soon what we are talking about when it comes to Wesley. That's why we're always laughing at him or with him, more at him. Market doesn't give a about us. The market is here to trying to take our money. What we're trying to do is find out what the market is actually doing against certain levels, and we're just following it. If we're trying to trade against what the market is telling us what it does, well, we all know that feeling. We're coming back down to the Fibonacci right now. We just might see what happens. Oh my God, take this away. I have a notification if the market comes back down to 63,996. It could also come back down to this previous support that we're having right here. Sometimes you can use the dollars too, just to see how it actually looks. Sorry there, guys, that I'm quiet. I just need to think a little bit right now. And Natalie, I see you don't look at volume a lot, even at breakouts. Why? I just want to understand, because I'm learning still. I just never used volume. I got introduced to volume for a couple of like months ago, and when I saw how people used it, I just didn't have the way I saw the market at that point. It just didn't feel good having volume when I was trading. So that is actually the only reason. I was looking at it, someone introduced me to it, tried to explain it, and I felt like could definitely be good, but I just don't want to do it, you know. So I don't have a specific reason. I'm not just used to it. You know, I'm not telling it's bad. It's just not something that I do. I've always been so focused on just price action. Okay, we didn't have a notification, but we are right now at 63,993. Yes, guys, if you're not a part of Bitcoin Census community, you have a link where Wesley just put up Telegram group for our community. So every day we're talking about cryptocurrencies. So me and another guy named Andy, he's a very, very good trader. We always send out when we are having live streams, or when we just have a regular when we're just having a regular video that we daily put up. So you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to be a part of our community. It's for free. You also have our Bitcoin Census website right here, and You can use this one if you are especially a beginner. You can understand how to use how to buy Bitcoin, how to trade Bitcoin, tutorials. This is Andy I'm talking about. This is our lovely Andy talking about cryptocurrencies all the time. It's a very good website. You have news all the time, daily. We have a lot of good people in the team. Perfect, guys. We came back down to this area, but we never got the notification. But we are inside. We are inside. Came back down to Fibonacci level 64,000. 0.4044. The bell was not hit. No, it was not. It was not. You can see how it looks on Ethereum. So if we are like, okay, so on Ethereum, we need to wait for the market to come back down. We did break this consolidation. You can see that we did have a strong, not a strong area, but we did have for a couple of, what's it, since 19th of October, since yesterday, we just been moving sideways on Ethereum, and now the market decided to break it. So what can happen right now is that the market could either come back down to the previous resistance, the fake out that we did have around 3,836, or it can come back down to a Fibonacci level that I took on the 5-minute chart. I took it from the lowest point at 3,807 to the highest point 3,853. If the market now decides to retrace back, these are the targets that we're having, or I'm having. But it's very good sometimes having a bearish candlestick on the higher time frame, so I know where I can put my Fibonacci level to, because right now I'm using it on the 5-minute chart, and the higher time frame, the better. It's respecting the 50% that I was talking about. We are on Bitcoin right now. What can happen, or what I believe can happen, is that we can break up a little bit more, come back down, so we can just be around the Fibonacci levels right now, around 64,043 or 63,995. So we just want to see how it reacts inside of this Fibonacci. But we do have a huge strong candlestick, a bearish candlestick right now to the downside. It can come back down a little bit more. If we're seeing the market breaking the Fibonacci level, that is okay. Market can come back down to 6, 3, 8, 6, and 9, around that area. And then you see the continuation to the upside one more time. You can also see the market coming back down to 63498. Because right now on the 30 minutes and the 30 minutes, we're starting to have a small pullback. So you have the high, you had a bad lower high, continuation to the downside. So the market could definitely just continue down right now a little bit to these levels that I'm having on the charts. Then you see the continuation. Can you please tell us about how you would take profits using Fibonacci level? Does the Bitcoin Census team know each other personally? Yeah. Yes, some of us do. We're colleagues. Okay, so when you're taking profits, okay, so this looks very messy right now. Why is these? Okay, I need to make these lighter. It's so dark right now. What color should I have? För Sverige. Gay lanners. What the hell? Gay lanners. Okay, so when you can take, when you want to take profits, let's say that I would take a a long from this area right here. A good thing for you to do when you are a beginner is to use the previous high, depending on, but you can also go back in time. So you always use, as just like you are using different zones, like this high right here, this high right here. You want to see how the market moves against these, right? So if we're seeing the market continues up, this could be a first target because this was the last lower high that we did have. This could be the target 2 because that was the first and that was the high that we did have. If we're not having targets right now on the left side, you can go back in time and you're starting to see what's actually happening right here. So right now the market is here. So these levels right at the body and the wicks going back in time can be to take profits because market always come to these areas. SHIB is about to convert high. Thank you, Wesley, for taking care of this chat. I'm very, very thankful for having you doing this job because it is a job to take away these things. I'm very thankful, and I know Andy is too. How does this guy come back every 5 minutes? Also, a very important thing. I think you guys are smart enough to not do that, but it's so many scammers. I'm trying to block everyone on that I see right on my comments. But I mean, the more people that is watching, the more scammers, obviously, because they want to earn money on you. So please, if someone tells you, please contact me on this WhatsApp number, we would never ever do that. So always have that in mind. Always have that in mind. We would never tell you, text us on this WhatsApp. We would never do that. That is just scammers trying to take your money away. You don't want to have anything to do that. So if someone comments you and they pretend to be me, I'm never ever gonna text. I'm never gonna tell you, hey, contact me, blah blah. No. Okay, we're heading down. We are heading down. You see, so because why I never told you guys that, hey, I am in a long right now on Ethereum or Bitcoin, sorry, it's because I'm on the 5 minutes chart. And when you're having a huge bearish candlestick like this, doesn't matter what time frame you are in, you do not want to, I don't want to take a trade off of that. I want to see that the market is actually starting to slow down. And it's better to use the higher time frames and see that, okay, we're having huge wick, we're having a lot of wicks on the 1 hour chart or maybe 4 hour, and at that point you are you're breaking everything down to the lower time frames. Can you explain what are your take profits levels after all-time high? Okay, so depending, okay, so this is the all-time high that we're having around 65,000, right? When the market comes to that area, the market will spike up, comes back down, comes back up. So depending on where I'm having my Fibonacci level, because I can also use these as how do you say it, take profits, and I'm going to show you what those levels are. Why can't I see them? It's looking so bad on my, what happened? So depending on how the market is moving, I'm taking my this is something that can be very hard when you're having a new all-time high, because you don't know how much the market will move. But you can also look at the round numbers, like you're having 62250. So when you're always having a zero, you can use them too. So from 67,000, you can come back up to 67,200. So round numbers are very good in whatever pair you are looking at. But for example, so when the market comes from when the market breaks all-time high, it will create a new high, right? Market comes back down, creates a higher low. So my first target will be at the previous higher high, because market will always give us new opportunities to find our take profits. Depending if you want to have a long trade, like if you want to swing trade it, you could have your target like far, like you don't even have to have a target, you can just let the market go. And if you're seeing the market will continue up, well then you're just waiting for the market to do its move. But when you're day trading, you're trying to find your take profits at the previous higher high all the time. I usually go up 50% and hold, thinking it's going properly, and then lose my. So yeah, usually what happens is that when you're having your take profits on the chart, you're having them too far away. So the market never has so let's say the market is moving like this, right? So you're trying to find, let's say you're having you're buying the market at the higher low. These are the higher lows that you're having. But the greed comes in and you're like, okay, so market can come back up, because if it's an uptrend, the market will break the previous higher high because it has to create a new higher high, right? So you're having, let's say this is the daily chart, you will have different lower highs right here that you can take profit from, but the highest you can have, if you want to, is on the top of the higher high, right? But when greed comes in, you're starting to have your take profit here. So when the market pulls back, because this is just textbook, market doesn't look like that. Market looks like this. Takes your take profit, takes forever for the market to come to your take profit right here. So that's something that I would say, and I know a lot of people have problems. Like you can be in profit, but then the market doesn't come. You're having your take profit too far away, and if you don't have a lot of money on your account, you would definitely want to have smaller targets, because at that point you're able to build your account steady and slowly. But if you're having your take profits like to the moon, you will never be in profit because it's too far away from your entry. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, Ethereum just moving way up. No chance for us, for me to get into a trade on Ethereum. We're going to Bitcoin. I'm just gonna give you the last things because it's really late here in Sweden and I have to go to bed. Okay, so what I see right now, looking at how the 1 hour chart, the 1 hour candle is looking, I would definitely wait a bit more. A lot of things can happen right here. So we're having a pullback, but I don't know where we are at the 50% of the candle on the 15 minutes chart. But why I'm not doing anything right now is because I am looking at this huge candlestick right here. So I would say for myself, I'm taking a Fibonacci on the 30 minutes on the low 63384 to the high, and that is 64267. I'm taking these away because there's too many things on the charts right now. I'm just getting annoyed about it. Taking these away too. Yes, take it away, take it away. I want the market to first of all come back down to 63,727. Or even back down to the previous lower high that we're higher. Is it high? Yeah, small higher high, 63,520. Because can you see right now, the market is very volatile. It's not really, because we're looking at the lower time frames. We're having a downtrend on the lower time frames right now because we never had the power to break this high. We did create a lower high. We just might break this zone right here, create a new. We just might create a lower low coming back down to the Fibonacci, and at that point I want to see, okay, market gonna react to it, respect it or not. But I'm gonna wait for the market to come back down a little bit. Because if you're in a uptrend, you want to buy as low as possible, and right now we are not as low as possible. And I base that on that we had trouble breaking this. We did create a lower high. You have a engulfing, you're having a inverted hammer. Market always fill the wick, so we could definitely come back down to 63,700. So that's what I wait right now to see. So this zone right here that I'm having right now, I want to see how it's gonna be inside of that. If it's gonna come back down to the Fibonacci, or if it's gonna come back down to the support. Is it gonna break the resistance? Sorry, is it gonna break the resistance, starting to come back down to 62,000? With something that we just have to wait and see. I don't know. Just want to see how it works against the levels. And you can also see that this looks like, is it called a descending triangle? Market either breaks to the upside or it's breaking to the downside. Okay guys, I need to go to bed. I'm very tired. I'm waiting for the market to come back down to the Fibonacci level that I was talking about, 63,722, before I do anything. So I'm going, I need to go to bed right now, but I'm gonna have an alert. And if the market comes to that area, it's gonna tell me, hey Natalie, look at this. Are you gonna get Wesley or not? Okay, guys, if you're not a part of Bitcoin community, please, I do have a link in the description below where you can be a part of our community. We have a Telegram group where we always talk about cryptocurrencies, and we send out when we're having live streams, when we're having daily uploads videos about cryptocurrencies. So be a part of that. It's for free, and we see each other there. So thank you so much for joining my live stream. As was a lot of people. It's 33 right now. Please like this video. Also subscribe to my channel so you always have enough notifications when I'm having something good to know for the channel. Okay, I'm getting tired right now. Have a good day. Trade with risk management. I would recommend them just wait for the market to pull back a little bit more. Everyone, guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm having a lot of fun times with you during the live streams. Toodles, guys, toodles. Good night.